Okay, I have already ruffled the students who are going to work together. If you want, you can take your notes. I'm going to show who are the students, okay? Groups of 3. Group number 1, start with Belén, Ariana, Brenda. Group number 2, Luciana, Leonardo, and Andrea. Group number 3, Abel, Valerie, and Eduardo. Group number 4, Ariana, del Águila, ¿no? Diego, Leticia, okay? Group number 5, Arturo, Jimena, and Daniela. Group number 6, Águeda, Nicole, and Camila. Group number 7, Daphne, Sofia, and Claudia. And the last group, no, Uriel, Camila, and other student. Probably we can be groups of 4, okay? So we can include, for example, up until now, Daphne, it's not present. Oh, yes. Daphne? No. So we can include in that group one of you, okay, girls? So, for example, in this group, Daphne can be by Uriel. And I think here, Eduardo. Eduardo, are you present now? No. So we can combine, okay? We can combine the students in order that we go together, okay? So let's going to start with team number 1. I'm going to assign 2 minutes before starting, okay? And then I'm going to point out the question, okay? I'm going to point out the question. So you know exactly who are the students who start the presentation. Finally, my friend Eduardo entered. He was requesting and requesting. Okay, yes, finally, Eduardo, you were requesting and requesting the admission. I observed you 5 minutes ago. Okay, welcome to the session, Eduardo. I'm going to show you the team in which you are member, okay? Okay, these are the questions about this idea. Okay, so let's go to start. So team number 1 is Belén, Ariana. Ariana is present.
Yes, Miss, but
Yes.
I'm not ready to.
You are not ready?
Uh-uh.
Okay. Okay, 1 more minute, okay? 1 more minute and then we are going to start. Just for the records, Christopher, you are in group number 3 with your friends, Abel, Valerie, and you, okay? In the case of Ariana del Águila, you are with Diego and Leticia, but I don't know, Diego, I think it's not present now. So we can put, instead of Diego, Camilita, okay? Camila Navarrete, you are going to be in Ariana's group with Leticia, okay, Camila?
Miss, but I'm with Agueda and Nicole Cordova.
You prefer to be there? Because
I'm their group.
The other Camila. I think it's Camila Lara. I'm sorry. Camila.
Miss, but I'm with Uriel.
Yeah, but I said that Uriel and the other Camila, you can be in 2. You have to be in 1 group. I said in English, and I explained. Camila
Okay.
Fiorella is Camila Lara o Camila Navarrete?
Yo, I'm sorry, I'm Camila Fiorella.
Camila Fiorella Lara. You have to be like Uriel. Uriel is going to be in the group of Sofia and Claudia.
Okay.
And in your case, Camila Lara, I would like that you work with Ariana, Del Águila, and Leticia.
Okay, it's no problem.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to start. I'm sorry, your friend Diego is asking admission and it's 10 minutes, it's 8:41. I'm not going to admit about this, okay? If Diego contact to you by the chat or by texting, tell him that he passed 10 minutes for the admission and he needs to write, well, the parents needs to write an excuse for this. We are not going to admit more students passing 5 minutes. Okay, let's go into start. Please, Belen, Ariana, and Brenda. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, guys, what do you think about the teaching, that the experiment that the scientists did with the ants to learn about their teaching?
Okay, hi Belen. I think the ants teach us how to work as a team, and maybe that's what the scientists want to tells us about. What do you think, Brenda?
Hello, guys. I think that the scientists based it on both being alike or having similar attitudes. In the case of ants, one of them received a message and runs to tell the other. And the humans, when want to say or explain something, we also we move our arms involuntary to express ourselves better. And in the case in the ants, they move the antennas to explain something. What do you think the second question, Belen?
Well, this first this experiment with the ants was very interesting for me because I've never like see before that way of the ants. I just like we always see the ants like walking in a line, but never like knowing how they contact.
I agree with you, Belen, and I think the ants are very interesting in the video and funny because they teach us many ways to take things and how collect and work together.
Also, do you guys think that learning always needs a leader to teach, or we can all the group can lead one thing?
I think that in all group there's a leader, but that tell us how to do because it's a teamwork, and they tell us what thing can I do.
We with Ariana, and a group needs to have a leader, but all the participants um, have to contribute to the group with ideas or some. What do you think about the second question?
Um, well, the process of this is very interesting because like they put a chip, I think it was a chip, in their backs to know who leads, and how they communicate. Sorry, and that was like very interesting. And they put like a laser to know who goes first and then tell the others to go to that way, to that nest. What do you think about that, Ariana?
I think I agree with you, Belen, and I think that's interesting how the chips are in the ants and how little they are. Oops, they are.
Brenda, do you have an experience of an ant looking like a group that only leads one and doesn't take any ideas of the group?
First, I want to say that, like ants, humans will always look for a space with with the best conditions. But if they cannot, they will have to adapt to their new environment until they find a better one. About the question you made me, Belen, I think that all the groups that I've been in so works good, and I don't have a bad experience with that.
Um, in my experience with ants, I remember once seeing some ants taking some cockroach, and I think they they take the cockroach in groups, and that looks funny. Like it's. What do you think about this, Belen?
Well, in my like an experience with ants, I can just say that I just saw it like walking in a line, like a perfect line, like it was like with a ruler, and they can. Oh, and I see like the house of the ants just once. So it's very interesting how they are like very organic, organized. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Claps for the group. You did a great job. I think even though you were the first, I think the first group are always who receive all the energy, no? Very good, girls. Thank you for your comments. Okay, team number 2. Please, Luciana, Leonardo, and Andrea. Luciana, Leonardo, and Andrea. You can start. Tell me when you are ready. Okay. Are you ready? So let's going to start Luciana, Leonardo, and Andrea. On your mark, get set, go.
Hi guys, I want to know what do you think about that equation. But first I want to say that about the first question, that I think that scientists carefully study a group of animals and seeing if that one of them performs a certain movement and the rest of the group imitates it, they realize that is a way of teaching of them. For example, when a teacher teach their students to one thing of a class, I think that is the same that they have like an teacher and an student, and they do that of the way of teaching. And what do you think, Luciana?
Yeah, I agree. I think that the fact that they see that only one of them show the other a new place it caught their attention. And as we know, they can communicate orally, so they can teach each other by in the practice showing them what they have seen or what they want to do. What do you think, Leonardo?
I believe that scientists take an example like let's say uh, uh, like you said that a teacher is teaching other or is the children or something and they try to describe it as uh, with the ends, I guess.
And about the second question, in my opinion, the process of the employers have to agree on the new bid is that they will be to find a place each one of the employees and then communicate with the others to see if it suits them or not, and finally choose the one that everyone believes is the best. and and I think that it could be compared with to ants, since they will have to find a space that favors everyone in the company and communicate to reach an agreement. And what do you think about that, Luciana?
I agree too. I think the first thing that employees would do is find a place where all of them feel comfortable and can do the things that they are they have to do. So comparing it to the ends, I think when when they found that, they can all start doing the things that they are prepared for. What do you think, Leonardo?
I agree that many people seek a favorable situation by following the example of the lead from their supervisor in a workplace. Most likely to see if let's say if the company is working well or there are many um, inside problems in the workplace.
And about the personal experience, I want to say that I see in a video that some ants go to eat a bubble gum, but they take a little pieces of them and then form a line to take that to their homes, I think. But I see that they are very organized, and I think that is very interesting to see that. And do you have any personal experience or see something like that, Luciana?
Yes, once I traveled to Tarapoto, and we were in a tour in a walking in the jungle, and I saw, as Belen said, a perfect line of big ants. I don't know the name of the ants, but they had one name, especially in Tarapoto, and they were in a perfect line. They all were carrying leaves, and they were climbing a tree where their nest was, and it was interesting. And you, Leonardo?
I most likely have no memories about any ants or insect or animal that I saw in a way of teaching other animals.
Thank you.
For your friend. Very good. You did a well job. Very good, Leonardo. I'm very content that you contribute with your ideas, no? And help these girls. Very good. Thank you, Andrea, for your research. I observed And Lucianita, thank you for sharing your personal experience in Tarapoto. By the way, it's a city my husband is really interested to visit again and again. Okay, so Luciana, do you recommend us to go there?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, she said. Yes, absolutely. Visit Tarapoto. He's so content over there. Okay, so let's continue. We have another group, Gerardo, Valerie, and Eduardo. Okay, Gerardo, Valerie, and Eduardo. Let's go to start. Yes, Isabella, the more enthusiastic student in this activity. Yes. Okay, Eduardo, what about you? Are you ready?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Valerie? Yes. Okay. So do your best, okay? Share what you take your time to observe the video. Probably you research some information extra. And if you don't have, complement these ideas with your own experience, okay? On your mark, get set, go.
Well, I would like to start saying my opinion about the first question. Well, I think the scientists qualified some things that the animals do as teaching, seeing that they do it often in their day by day life, and it is mainly for their property and for the rest of their species. What do you think about this, Abel?
Eduardo.
I believe that any process that includes new knowledge of a new species counts as learning. So this action will be a percentage type science. We learn new things about ants. And this research has the purpose of finding out more about ants. So it helps us to explore more than words of ants. What do you think, Abel?
Well, for the second question, I think that human being in general likes change, but very few take the risk to take them. And this situation is also observing the work environment. And must consider the change of chairs, of the color of walls, and beyond on the design. Miss, ¿me escucha? Miss está silenciada. No le entiendo.
Yes, we listen, Abel. You mentioned about painting
Ah,
colors.
es que Miss Ali me ha dicho que no se me escucha bien, entonces.
Miss, I said him that I can't
I
hear
listen to
him
you.
so much.
Yeah. Okay. Must consider the change of the office chairs, altering the color of the walls, and beyond on design of the use of the office, furniture or decorated objects. I think that in the ants, a colony is built of maintained by legion of worker ants, and who carry tiny piece of this material in their jaws. And I think that that is awesome. And many species of ants build complex hills, but others are nomadic and do not build permanent structure.
Just to be, sorry, I would like just to interrupt Valerie and Christopher, because I would like that to help Abel to be spontaneous, okay? I'm going to make this question to Abel. Abel, do you consider as the ends in the example that you follow, or you are like the tandem runner? Okay. Okay, thank you. Continue, please, Christopher and Valerie. Sorry, Eduardo and Valerie.
Well, in my opinion, I think that in the case of the employees, I think they should first find new options to install. Well, if they have two or more options, identify which one would be the best. And I think the process is similar to the ants because they also try to identify which of the two new options in the video is the best to live in. And after that, they will inform the others ants and try to convince them to live in the new place. What do you think, Eduardo?
Well, in my opinion, these and more investigations allow us to need to know more about animals, which help us to identify them and even defend ourselves from some wild animals. What do you think, Abel?
Uh, when I travel to the jungle, I visit Tarapoto, and in one of the many excursions that I have, I can see these ants that are so big, and for me it's incredible because I see that there are many of them, and the most curious thing that I see is a dish for some tribes because eat him.
Well, as an experience, I can say that I have seen many times, for example, a large group of ants in a place or a restaurant or something like that, where there is food or a dead insect, and I see all the ants try to take it together.
Okay. Thank you for the group. Thank you so much. Let's continue. Ariana del Águila, Camila, Lara, and Leticia. Let's go to start.
Okay. The first question is that what do you think it's a running tandem? In my opinion, as the video mentioned, tandem running is a very special for recruitment where an animal, in this case an ant, can lead just a single nest mate, another single nest mate. What do you think, Ariana, about it?
In my case, a tandem running, and as a video says, it's the kind like of work that ants have, and also how the scientists can know this kind of work, and obviously like experiment more about these animals. What do you think?
Well, I agree with you, Ariana, and I agree with you, Camila. Um, but in the case of the ants, I think that, well, I want to talk about that. I think that in order to compare the world of ants with the world of humans, it was necessary to find different factors, such as the most common being teamwork. They show us that the ants work together in some way or another. We do the same thing, like in work groups in the school and so on, and some things like that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. For example, in my case, to my mind, scientists, we classify an animal as an animal action as teaching as long as it is similar to our actions. For example, as we have seen, the actions of our ants to find a new home are not so different from ours to and for ours to when we try experiment. There is always one who is in charge of expecting that the place is safe. And if we compare if our case, for example, our parents can do that to look our security. What do you think, Ariana?
I'm agree with you, Camila, because I think that all here know that ants can compare a lot of with us because, as you said, for example, they can like visit a lot of parts, and obviously, all we can do the same thing, but they can work like with group in a group and can join themselves together and can do like a better job. And I think that with us is the same. And you, Leticia?
Well, I think that there are different types of process according to the video that we see. But I think that the ants project was carefully studied, and they were able to get different ideas that were very interesting to me.
Okay. In the case of imagine the employees of a company to have agreed to a new office space, for example, the process with respect to employees would be that one investigates and looks for a new environment that it's the same or better than the previous one, and that person would show them to their own other um, to the other work meet like work team, and they decide together with with democratic. And unlike ants, for example, as soon as one has discovered a good quality nest, it returns to the previous nest and reports its finding another to can check the place. And to do this, for example, there is a brush of antennae that makes their body emit a pheromone, like a chemical signal. What do you think, Ariana?
I think that in this part, like you said, like appear like a leader, but no with this name because he can or she can go to like visit another nest and compare in the reality. Uh, or we can do that and like I don't know, like to movement, like to movement to another place. And also for this reason, I think that we can compare with this and teamwork.
Uh, I I agree with you, Ariana. I have also noticed what is the leader in that group, but as Ariana say, it's more like a teamwork signs that they can communicate with each other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, class, for you. Okay, please, next class. Thank you for all the members. I have 4 groups. Please, on Monday, we continue with the rest of the students, okay? Be prepared, Arturo, Nicole, Sofia, no? The rest of the students today, we didn't have much time. Thank you for your attention. Please, Abel, Leticia, I'm going to send you the exam by your web. Thank you for your attention. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Goodbye.